I'm coming up here with a heavy heart, especially when I see my brother murdered in plain sight on TV. And you see people have no regard for human life. So I'm using as a subject the thing that he was calling out. I can't breathe. And when you can't breathe, that means that you are being depressed or oppressed. That means that you can't get in air or let air out. And since we have been in this country, we have been oppressed. We have been mistreated. We have been used. And we have been murdered. Only the Creator in heaven knows how many of our people have been murdered the 400 years that we have been in this land. Yes. I want us to go to Leviticus, the 24th chapter. In Leviticus, the 24th chapter, in the 17th verse, the Creator gave us a law. And this law was for the stranger as well as for Israel. It was no discrimination. The Creator saw the value in everybody's life.
Hallelujah.
Because everybody is important. And when your life stops being important, that means that you are nothing and nobody to the individual or to yourself. When your life stops being valuable to others or to you. I want you to understand something. I have witnessed white people treating a dog better than they treat us. I done seen them put dogs in air conditioning. Feed them steaks.
Never leave it.
Take them to the doctor.
Yeah, they do.
And yet, a black man's life means nothing. The Creator tells us in Leviticus, the 24th chapter, in the 17th verse, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. What that police officer did, he murdered a man in plain sight who was telling him that he couldn't breathe. Telling them, the people around him was telling him, man, you're killing them. For 9 minutes, he kept his knee on that man's neck. For 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And after he had stopped moving, another 2 minutes and something.
30%. Light it up.
But the Creator saying, he that killeth a beast shall make it good. Beast for beast. If a man cause a blemish in his neighbor, as he has done, so shall it be done to him. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he has caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. He that killeth a beast, he shall restore it. He that killeth a man, he shall be put to death. Ye shall have one manner of law. One manner of law, as well as for the stranger, as for one of your own country. For I am Yah, your Elohim. The Creator let us know that it's one law. And that law is for everybody. This country, from the time that we was kidnapped and brought here, has never been for us.
Yes, yes.
We have never been treated equal.
No, we haven't.
We have never been treated like human beings. One thing I thought about in the 80s, in 1980, when Ronald Reagan was running for president against Jimmy Carter in the second debate, he said these famous words, "There you go again." And when you look at what happened, the first thing that came to my mind, there you go again. Just like Eric Garner, selling cigarettes, man come up behind him and choke him to death and tell him I can't breathe.
There you go. Again, there you go again.
Same thing with George Floyd. These police officers had no regard for his life, treating him like he was nothing, like he was nobody. And then you just look back in the last 2 or 3 months, last 3 or 4 years, just look back.
Just look back. Don't forget.
Whether it's Ahmaud Arbery, who was just jogging down the street, man jogging, trying to stay fit. 2 white men decide that they want to kill him for no reason, because he looked like somebody that may have stole something. And come to find out, hadn't even been no robberies in the neighborhood.
Yes, yes.
Breonna Taylor, 26-year-old woman in her home, thinking she's safe. Police break down the door. Her boyfriend, thinking somebody breaking in on them, starts shooting. They shoot up in the house. Over 20 bullets was found. 8 of them was in her.
So you're right.
Took the boyfriend to jail for attempted murder for somebody breaking in his house.
Yeah, they did. They'll do it every day.
And then come to find out the man that they was looking for had been picked up earlier, put in jail. They didn't even check the record to see whether or not the man was locked up.
They do it all the time.
No regard for human life.
Wrong address.
And we all know about Trayvon Martin. He looked like he might be doing something. And went to the store to get some Skittles. George Zimmerman, they tell him to leave him alone. He killed him because he was getting his butt whooped. And in each one of the incidents, they always find a reason to justify somebody getting killed.
Oh, you're right.
Why is it that they can justify them getting away with murder? How can you find, it's on camera. We see the man choking him to death. And they say he innocent. And then the police officer came out the other day talking about, we seen something that might say it was self-defense. What you see that everybody else not seeing? And then when people start protesting, now all of a sudden they want to lock them up. And then y'all president gonna have the nerves to say, any looting, we gonna start shooting. This is the so-called president of the United States. To show you how they respect your life.
Yes.
It means absolutely nothing to them. But we all want to love them anyway. We all want to just get along. But we can't count the murders that have been done over the years. But let's just look at how many shootings the police done had just in the last 3 years. In 2017, they killed 1,000. Justified. In 2018, they killed 992. Justified. In 2019, they killed 1,004.
How much?
All justified.
How much upon us, Father?
Why is it that when the police kill somebody, it's justified, and when a white person kill a black person, it's justified, but if we act like we don't do something, we go to jail? We can look at somebody white wrong, and they ready to lock us up.
Lock you up.
Brother out in the park, looking at, what was it, some birds. And the woman come up, he had the camera on her, and she gonna tell a lie that he trying to hurt her dog and hurt her.
That's what she said.
And when it went live, all of a sudden she want to apologize. She not a racist. I'm not a racist though.
That's what she said. That's what she said. She wasn't a racist.
She jobless though.
No matter how many witnesses, no matter how many cameras or videos we have, they always find a way to justify us being killed.
Sure, you're right. Hallelujah.
In 1967, Lyndon B. Johnson started put an order for the Connor Commission. And in 1967, the Connor Commission came back and said that America is a country that is moving toward two societies, one black and one white, separate and unequal. This is 2020,
And still.
and the society is still the same.
Yes, yes.
And they want to say, well, we done made great progress. In what?
And what? No.
We still the last hired
Yes, we are.
and the first fired. We still living in low-income communities.
Yes, we are.
We still catching all of the same hell that we've been catching ever since we've been in this country. But they say we done made great progress.
We made no progress.
I guess when you start from the bottom, any inch that you make is progress. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Yes, yes.
But I understand life. I understand that in life that everything can be good or bad. And I understand that in life that you're going to have some difficult days. But why is it that it seems as though they always want to make our days even worse? That's what I'm not understanding. You know, Job tells us in Job, the 14th chapter, in the first verse, man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble.
Yes, yes.
I understand that.
Sure enough.
I understand that. I understand that in life you're going to have some difficult days.
Yes, yes.
But why pile on? When you seen our brother being murdered, it was other police officers there. Nobody came up and say, brother, hey, look, you're doing too much now. Let me take over. You know, I work at a facility where you're going to have people that's out of control. And if I see somebody getting a little too rough with somebody, I go tap them on the shoulder. Let me take over right now till you calm down. Because first of all, I don't want you to get fired, and I don't want to get fired for seeing you do something and not tell it. So let me just let you get out the way.
That's the way it should be.
And we gonna both try to survive this thing. Not one of them said that even with witnesses, even with people tell them, look, somebody need to check his pulse. It don't look like he's breathing. The man's mother is dead and he was calling out to his mama. And they still, nobody said, look, man, this man must be hurting. And you know if you calling out to your mother, whether she dead or alive, something is wrong. But look at what the Creator tell us about those who act like they hadn't seen the wrong, because they are just as guilty as the man that had his leg or his knee on his neck. They are just as guilty. Proverbs, the 24th chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou refuse, forbear, if you refuse to help somebody, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, I didn't know what was going on, I didn't see it, because one officer turned his head, trying to act like he didn't see it. Does not he that punished the heart consider it? Does not the Creator consider what you're doing? And he that keepeth thy soul, does not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? The Creator see you. You can pretend all you want, but the Most High see you. The thing that I love about the Creator, whatever you thought to do to somebody else is going to come back on you.
That's it.
That's why the Creator tells us in Proverbs, the 26th chapter, and the 27th verse, he say, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. It will come back on him. So you may think you're getting away with it. That white police officer may think he's getting away with it. And all of those who have killed our brothers and our sisters throughout the years and brought hurt upon them, and those who watched and did nothing about it,
Coming back.
the Creator is letting me know that they are not getting away with it, because it's going to come back upon their own head.
All right.
And you know, it hurts when you see your brother suffer. You can't imagine what's going through his mind, knowing that he cannot breathe and that he's finna leave this earth. You just can't imagine. I can't imagine.
No.
But the one thing the Creator told us, that there's 7 things that he hates. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, the 16th verse. And that's the thing. Those 7 things are things that white folks are famous for.
Hallelujah.
Proverbs 6 and 16 tell us, these 6 things does Yah hate. 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look. Because you know white folks think that they are better than we are.
They do.
They look down on us.
Every day.
How can them folks live like that? A lying tongue.
Ooh, they can do
And they the biggest liar.
that.
And they try to justify everything that somebody do. They tell you, you be calm, but they ain't saying nothing about the man that just killed the man in the street. But they want you to be calm. But what about the man that just died? Don't worry about him. You be calm. Y'all don't burn these buildings. Don't blow up these cars. Just be calm.
He wasn't calm.
Man that killed that man was not calm. Because if he would have been calm, he'd have took his foot off his neck.
Yeah.
Hands that shed innocent blood.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's what they've been doing since the time that we have come to this country. Against our own will. They murdered us to get us here.
They'll say it loud and proud.
They have shed innocent blood.
Shed some more.
They took over 100 million black people from Africa. And at the end of slavery, it wasn't 20 million black people in America.
Teach it, teach it, teach it. They need to be taught.
It's saying a heart that devises wicked imagination.
Yes, yes. Say that again.
Wicked imagination. Nobody can think of the evil stuff as they have done.
It's so easy to forget. They forget.
Take a man's wife, tell him to get out, and he go sleep with her.
I'll make you watch it.
Or when a man refused to obey him, he shoot him down with no regard to life. Wicked imaginations. Feet that be swift into running to mischief.
Yeah, you're right.
Running to evil. I can understand why people call them the devil. Because they act like a devil.
They're evil.
During slavery, when our people would be having a meeting and they would be talking and they would see the white man coming, they would tell the people, they would say, you want to know where they getting certain things from. What they doing in the churches now, where they get it from. They would say, just moan. So the devil won't know what you're talking about. And they was talking about the white man that was coming down.
That's what they said. They said just moan.
This is where we found ways to communicate with each other.
Show you right.
If we wanted to communicate with somebody at the next plantation, we would pass it through song.
That's right.
And tell them where we gonna meet up at.
Yes.
We used our songs to get the message out.
Yes, we did. Sure enough, they did. Yeah, they did. It ain't been too long ago neither.
But this man is quick to run to evil. It says a false witness that speaketh lies. This man is the worst liar. And he that soweth discord among brethren. These are things that the Creator hates. This man would plant a seed to cause us to be against each other while he get what he wants.
That's what you want. That's evil.
And then he put all of these uppity black folks, put them in position so they can tell you, just stay calm. Let's go through the court system. Everything gonna be all right.
That's what they said.
But this is the thing, this is why it's so important for us to be independent of this man. It's so important for us to have our own jobs, our own businesses. I want us to go to Proverbs 22:7. Because all of us,
Yes.
whether you got a job working for somebody, or whether you're getting welfare from him, you are depending on the man. In Proverbs 22 and verse 7, it say, the rich ruleth over the poor.
Don't you see?
As long as he keep you in your communities, as they say, across the track.
That's it.
As long as he keep you coming to him, begging him for a job, he got you. There's nothing you can do about it. Because he's ruling over you. He determines how much you eat.
Yes, yes, yes.
He determines what type of house you live in or what kind of car you drive.
Sure enough, you're right.
They say the borrower is servant to the lender. And we got to go to his banks.
Say it loud.
Because we don't know how to go to our own people.
So we don't trust it.
That bank might close next week.
Right.
So we go to his bank, begging him for money that he charged you I don't know how much interest on.
You bet.
That's rough.
Everybody telling you, man, you got some good credit. You know, we got 600 or 700. We think that's good. You say, no, that credit ain't good enough. And charge you a whole bunch of interest.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
They'll move.
When you used to 500, 600 sound pretty good to me.
Mighty rough.
That's the way it got it. Teach it loud and proud.
But we cause our own problems.
Yes, we do.
And this is the thing we have to understand. We are causing the problem. Because if we learn how to depend on each other, we can get from under the rule
Yes, yes.
of this man.
Sure enough, you're right.
You know, we don't set up with our own folks who have their own business. We say they charge too much.
That's what we say.
But you go down here to the white man, you know, he 2 or 3 cents less than my brother over here. But he don't understand because you keep going to that white man, getting him all your business. He got more people coming to him. He can go get stuff cheaper. But this brother, you ain't patronizing him. So he still got to pay that high price. So if he got to pay that high price, what you think he gonna charge you? He got to get his money back.
Sure, you're right. Say it loud.
See, Walmart can sell their stuff cheap because they get it in large amounts. But this brother here got to get what he can. But if you start shopping with him, then he can go down on his prices.
Right.
His apples don't taste the same.
It ain't sweet enough, huh? His ice ain't cold enough.
Don't place that. Man, that ain't gonna be that.
But that's how we do it. You know, that's the kind of slave mentality we have.
Yes, it is. Teach it loud and proud.
Look at Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. And we depend on this man for everything.
Yeah, we do.
But who we need to depend on, we don't want to depend on him. We need to depend on the Almighty.
Hallelujah.
But look at what the Creator tells us in Jeremiah, the 17th chapter, in the 4th verse. He say, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I have gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Listen.
The Creator say, you have him so upset that you are the one that's causing this to happen.
Yes, yes.
Because you done turned from the Creator. Now in all of this we've been going through in this country, we still depend on Jesus that the white man gave us.
That's it.
The same Jesus he used to make us a slave, we still depending on him.
That's it.
And then we wondering why we suffering.
Yes, yes.
We still wondering why we going through this pain.
Ha.
But listen to what the Creator said, since you depending on this Jesus. Thus says Yah, cursed be the man that trust in man,
Yes, yes, yes.
and maketh flesh his arm, making flesh your strength,
Hallelujah.
and whose heart departed from Yah.
Yes, yes.
You are the one that depending on this white man for everything. And we have to get rid of the mindset that this man is able to give me everything I want. Because he can't.
No, he can't. Teach it.
The only somebody who can give you everything that you need is the Most High.
Hallelujah.
Say it loud and proud.
But because I heard people say, well, everybody else is serving him.
Huh?
Everybody else going to the white man's job. So why we can't go to him? Because you brainwashed like they are.
Right.
You teach.
For he shall be like the heat in the desert, like the scrub that's in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh,
Huh?
but shall inhabit the parched places of the wilderness, and a salt land not inhabited.
Yes, yes.
But this is the thing. Blessed is the man that trusts in Yah,
Yes.
whose hope Yah is.
Yes, yes.
You trusting in the creator of the heavens and the earth. For he shall be as the tree planted by the waters, that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when he cometh. But her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought.
Yes, yes.
Neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
Yes, yes.
You're going to be like that tree that's planted by some water.
Praise
Not in the desert, but by some water.
Hallelujah. Praise Yah.
And why we shouldn't be dependent on this man. The heart is deceitful above all things,
Yes, it is.
and desperately wicked.
Sure enough.
Who can know it? He said, Yah search the heart.
Thank you.
I try the reins,
Yes, you do.
even to give to every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doing.
Thank you, Father.
The Most High try the mind. He tests you and see what you're going to do.
Yeah, he will.
See whether or not you're going to depend on him,
Hallelujah.
or are you going to depend on somebody else.
Sure test you.
But I'm like the psalmist. I'm like the psalmist that said, my heart should not fear this man.
Yes, yes. Hallelujah.
My heart is only going to fear the Creator.
Praise my Yah.
Look at Psalms, the 27th division. In Psalms 27, verse 1, he tells us that Yah is my light and my salvation.
Yes, yes.
Whom shall I fear?
Yes, yes.
Yah is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
Hallelujah.
I'm not going to be afraid of no man
Yes, yes.
or no woman.
Yes, yes.
I'm only going to be afraid
Creator.
of the Most High.
Hallelujah.
When the wicked, even my enemy, my foes, come upon me to eat up my flesh,
Yes, yes.
they shall stumble and fail.
Don't you see?
Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident.
Yes, yes.
I don't care who it is that come up against me. I don't care how many police officers. I don't care how many white folks come up against me.
Yes, yes. Teacher.
I'm not going to fear because my confidence is in Yah.
Hallelujah. Praise my Yah.
One thing have I desired of Yah, that I would seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yah all the days of my life.
Yes, yes.
That's my one desire,
Yes, mine's too.
that I will always be faithful to the Creator,
Yes, yes.
Hallelujah.
to behold the beauty of Yah,
Ha.
and to inquire in his camp. in his temple.
Say it loud and proud.
For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. Set me up on a rock.
Don't you see?
I don't care who it is that want to come up against me. All I know is that I'm going to trust in the Most High.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm going to cry to the Creator.
Yes, he better. Ain't nobody else.
And just like the psalmist said in Psalms 34 in verse 6, I think this is a pretty good description of me. This poor man cried. And I think I'm a pretty poor man. Don't have much, but I'm trusting in Yah.
Oh, you better, you better. You don't
This poor man cried and Yah heard him and saved him out of all his troubles.
Yes, he will.
That's the one thing that
Yeah, he will.
I'm confident in,
I knew he will.
that the Most High will save me out of all my trouble.
I knew he will.
So I'm confident when I tell you this, that I believe in my heart that the Creator would make a way for me somehow.
I know it.
I believe that in my heart.
I knew he will.
So I want us to go to Isaiah the 43rd chapter. In Isaiah the 43rd chapter in the 15th verse.
I knew he'd make a way.
This is the thing that I want you to understand. The Creator never told us that there wasn't going to be problems that come up in our life. But what we want the Creator to do is to deliver us. We want the Creator to protect us when that trouble comes.
Yes, yes.
So in Isaiah the 43rd chapter in the 15th verse, it says, I am Yah, your Holy One, the Creator of YISRA'EL, your King. Thus says Yah, which maketh a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters. The Creator can make a way when it seems as though you don't have a way. Because when you're in the waters, when you're in the seas, you don't have a landmark to follow.
Now you better see it.
So the Creator can make a way so he'll give you a star that you can follow.
Yes, yes, I can see so much. So much.
Which bringeth forth the chariots and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together, they shall not rise, they are extinct. They are quenched as tow. So the Creator tell us, remember, ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old.
Yes, yes.
And the reason he don't want you to consider the things of old, because he got a new thing that he wants you to know.
Hallelujah.
He said, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers and desert. In other words, I will make a road and waters where you can travel down. And in the desert, I'll find you some water somewhere. You don't have to worry about dying of thirst.
Thank you, Father.
He said, the beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give water in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, and give drink to my people, my chosen. The Creator will give you drink if you ask him. If you're hungry, he'll feed you.
Yeah, he will.
If you're thirsty, he'll give you water.
Yeah, he will.
Whatever you need, the Creator will give it to you.
Yeah, he will too.
But you have to learn to trust in him. You have to learn to depend on him.
That's right.
He said, this people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. The Creator say, look, he done made you for himself.
Thank you, Father.
So if we trust in him, he gonna bring us through whatever we're going through.
Will.
He will make sure won't nobody put a hand on you. Because I know
What do you do? What do you
that
do?
whenever I get in trouble, all I got to do is go to him.
Hallelujah.
Praise mighty
In
God.
Psalms, the 9th division, in the 9th verse, It say, Yah also will be a refuge for the oppressed.
Yeah, he will.
And we are the oppressed.
Yes, we are.
We are the downtrodden.
Sure enough. Yes,
We are the ones that's being misused and abused as a people.
yes.
And the Creator said that He would be He would be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in time of trouble.
Thank you, Father.
So when trouble rise, the Creator would be that refuge. And the thing that I love about it is, as we go to Isaiah 54 and 17, the thing that I love about it is, I don't care what somebody come up with, what kind of device that they come up with, what kind of stuff that they come up with to try to bring us down. As long as we are dependent on the Creator, they can't come against us. They can't do nothing with us.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
They can't do nothing.
Sure enough, you're right. Because he got all the
The
power.
Creator tells us in Isaiah 54 and 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. No weapon
No weapon.
shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise up against thee, in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yah,
Yeah.
and their righteousness is of me, says Yah.
Yes.
No weapon, no
weapon.
words,
Nothing.
nothing that come up against us can beat us.
Ain't we blessed?
And I feel confident in that. And I praise the Most High for that.
Thank you.
Because the Creator tells us in Proverbs, the 15th chapter, and the 3rd verse. And I love this verse. Because this verse tells me that no matter where I go, no matter what I do,
Yes.
I know this,
He watches.
that the eyes of Yah are in every
Yes,
place,
they are.
beholding the evil and the good.
Thank you.
That's the one thing that I do know. And that's the one thing that I'm grateful for the Creator, because I know He's everywhere.
Yes, he is.
Look at Psalms, the 40th division.
Yes, he is. He's everywhere.
And the 17th verse. It say, but I am poor and needy.
Sure enough.
And as Africans, as black men, as Hebrew Israelites,
We're poor.
we are the poorest of the poor.
Yes, we are.
And the psalmist say, but I am poor and needy. Yet Yah thinketh upon me.
Thank you, Father.
Thou art my help and my deliverer,
Thank you, Father.
and maketh no tarry of my Elohim. In other words, He make no delays.
No, he don't.
He's always on time.
Sure enough, he is. Sure
And that's what I love about the Creator.
He's always on time.
Look at Isaiah. In Isaiah, the 41st division.
Yes, he is. Always on time. He's right.
In Isaiah, the 41st division. And we're going to start at the 8th verse. He say, but thou, Israel, are my servant,
Yes.
Jacob whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief mans thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
Thank you.
Fear thou not, for I am with thee.
Thank you, Father.
Be not dismayed, for I am thy Elohim.
Thank you, Father.
I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee.
Thank you.
Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Thank you.
The Creator will be our strength. He said, behold, all they that were incensed against thee. And this is what I love about it. The Creator let you know they're not going unpunished. But everybody that was incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded, and they shall be as nothing. And they that strive with thee shall perish. This is the thing that we have to we can look forward to. That what they have done to us, those who have treated us wrong, the Creator say they're going to perish. They're going to pay. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them. We're going to still be looking for them. That good white man. Even them that contend with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, Yah, thy Elohim, will behold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Just remember that the Creator is going to help us.
Oh, yes, he is.
He's going to be with us.
He already is.
Fear not, thou worm of Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, says Yah.
Thank you, Father.
And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Yes, yes. Don't you see?
He said, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. The Creator said he's going to make you an instrument. You're going to become a weapon.
Hallelujah.
Thou shalt thrust the mountain and beat them small, and shall make the hills a shaft. In other words, those people that's above you, you're going to be the one that bring them down. You're going to be the one that take them out. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away. All you got to do is go out there and wave your hand, and the wind going to take them away. And the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yah, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. When the poor and the needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, he say, I, Yah, will hear them. I, Elohim of YISRA'EL, will not forsake them. That's the thing that we got to look forward to. He said, I will open rivers in high places,
Yes, yes. Don't you
and
see?
fountains in the midst of the valley.
Yes, yes.
I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water.
Yes, yes.
You see what we have to look forward to? Do you see it? He said, I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, and Shattar the tree, and the myrtle, and the oil tree. And I will set in the desert a fir tree, and a pine and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of Yah has done this, and the Holy One of Israel has created it. We're gonna know who in charge when that great day comes. So I'm just, you know, I'm feeling hurt by what I've seen, but I know that there's a brighter side somewhere. I know that the Creator is going to be our deliverer, and we're not going to always can't breathe, but we're going to be able to breathe because Yah is going to give us that air we need to come on top. May the Creator bless you and keep you. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yah is righteous. Yah is holy. Hallelujah.
Give a hand clap for that great message. Hallelujah.